Okay, hello, Libra. Making sure I'm live. There we go. Hello, Libra. I don't like that delay. So Libra, this is a reading for, I would say August, but it's not the August reading since we're already kind of 13 days in. If you remember your July reading, I did say that that would go through the Lion's Gate. So the Lion's Gate closed officially this morning, I believe, early this morning. And so it's closed, and I don't know about you, but the energy has really lightened up a lot. It was really intense. I had a huge digestive upgrade of some sort that was very uncomfortable. And I wasn't the only one. I was talking to people, and they're like, yes, the digestion was huge. And so, okay. So what this reading is going to be for is the next 4, 5, 6 weeks, okay? Yeah, for 5 weeks, I would say on the outside, 5 weeks on the outside, up to about the 15th of September. So right before the equinox energies start to really stir everything up, okay? Yay. No, we don't get a break, just in case you're wondering. No breaks. We're on high. We're on just fast forward right now. We're just on turbo right now, and there's no turning it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this beautiful Magdalene Oracle. I'm going to pull an overall energy card, okay, that is going to show us kind of the energy of the whole reading for you. What's coming in for you, just kind of a quick, succinct message. So let's do that. And then what I'm going to do is lay the grid down all at once, and then I'll tell the story. That seems to be working better. This is a new channel. I've been doing readings a long time. I am still kind of playing with formats, and I'm sure I'll switch it up here and there now and then. But yeah, I'm just trying to find one that I like and that I can use for a while that makes sense to me. So bear with me, as things might be different every month for a while until I settle into one I like. So yeah, let's get an overall energy card for Libra, please, for the next 5 weeks. In their highest good. Always. Ooh. Illumination. We'll take it. We like that. Thank you, Spirit. So things are going to be illuminated for you. You are going to be seeing things for the way they truly are. People, places, things, jobs, situations, relationships. Okay. Illumination is coming in all forms. So let's get a story grid going so we can really dig into this energy. So now I'm going to use Fairy Forest, and I'm going to get the first and third, like the outside columns, and then we'll do the center column with the Magdalene deck again, just for funsies. Just for fun. All right, so let's do the big surprise is cat hair all over my desk. All right. So let's get this grid going for Libra for August for the next 5 weeks, please, in their highest good. Let's get the six cards for the grid. Yeah, I knew it was going to be like that too. Interesting. What? I shuffled. I'm just seeing a lot of repeat cards, which is incredible. I guess not necessarily unheard of, because we are all going through the same thing. Oh, I love the pop-ups. Go away, pop-up. But yeah, so you got a lot of repeats from the other signs. 5 of these, actually all 6 of these I have pulled before for the other signs. And you are the 11th. Yeah, you're the 11th one I'm doing, guys. And I've seen all these cards, so interesting. You got a great first card, but I'm going to get the grid. We got a great, all of them are beautiful. 5 very divine feminine and 1 masculine. So let's see what this deck holds. Let's get the center of the grid here and finish the story in Libra's highest good. Nice. Okay. So clearly I was holding the deck upside down. Okay, so your first card. So again, let's remember this one. I've got something popping up, but it doesn't seem to be affecting that. It's like taking forever to come through, but it doesn't seem to, the timer's still going. So don't forget, this illumination is your overall energy. Things are going to be coming into the light for you over the next 4 or 5 weeks. Okay. So this is your first card. It's a beautiful divine feminine card, number 13. We do knock that down to a 4 because 13 is a very magical divine feminine number. Okay. And interestingly, it is Friday the 13th as I'm doing this reading. So cool. This is the Elf Queen, introverted burden responsibility. Okay, so you've been doing a lot of healing. So remember, this is kind of where you're at now, or you will soon be coming into, okay, if you're not already there, is this kind of burden of responsibility, right? Is something that you're healing. So because of this illumination energy, right, coming through, you're starting to see people in a new light, and you're starting to really understand what it means to not be responsible for other people's journeys. Okay. Like we can tell people all day long, and if it doesn't sink in, if it doesn't mean anything to them, then they're not going to let go of that responsibility. Like for a long time, I held on to a lot of it because I'm a mom. And so we have to, oh, well, I can't let go of responsibility for my kids, so we have to really understand what that means. It's not letting go of taking care of their basic needs when they're young, especially, but it's not letting go of being a mom and doing mom things. It's letting go of them energetically and allowing them to travel their path uninhibited without you standing in the way, trying to keep them safe from everything, right? With your mama bear energy on all the time. It's about letting them go to do what they came here to do. Okay. So it's a huge cord cutting kind of, I would say, yes, it's energetic, which I've already said, but that doesn't mean that it's not real, right? We cut the cords, we let go of them energetically. That is the strongest connections we have, right? And then not only does that deepen your relationship with your kids, but it can also help you to do the things that you need to do as a mom, like the cooking and the cleaning. And I'm not saying dads don't do it. I don't want any feminist comments, but you know what I mean? The cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the dishes, the chauffeuring, it enables you to do those things with a clearer energy. And so that you don't resent those things, right? You don't resent them as have-tos because it's part of taking care of your kids. And you actually, like for me personally, I have actually started to really enjoy doing these things versus, I used to hate doing dishes. And I used to not really enjoy like driving them places. And now I'm really starting to enjoy these things because it's time with them. It's, it's just part of our daily schedule. And it's not, it doesn't hold such a heaviness anymore because of all the cord cutting that I've done and releasing them energetically. Okay. So anyway, that must be a lot of what you're doing is healing your burden of responsibility for other people. And one big thing that we always, that we kind of bat back and forth, right? Everybody's always talking about it, is you have to let go of feeling responsible for the way people respond and react to you. Okay. As you become aware, as things become illuminated and you start to make changes in your life, because you're going to start seeing people and you're going to go, you are not good for me. I need to cut you loose. And you're going to have people in your life going, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Oh, no, they didn't mean it. Right. It's only their entire energy. So I want to keep going because we are going to get a lot of more clarification, but this is your first card. But we will get to kind of the center card, but this is the first card, meaning where you're at right now or very soon to be is, yes, you have I do feel like you've been working on empowerment and sovereignty, and that's beautiful. I feel like in a lot of ways you've been working on it through strengthening boundaries, and that is perfect. Keep doing that as long as you feel like you need to do it. You will get to a point where boundaries won't be necessary. And I promise you that's amazing. But right now, if you feel like you need boundaries, oh my God, do it. Do it. Don't hesitate to do it, because it is so important for us to have that peace of mind, knowing that these things aren't getting in, right? To derail us. But this is definitely a very kind of mama bear energy. And this is man, woman, parent, non-parent. Okay. It doesn't matter. We all have responsibilities in our life, the have-tos, the things, the jobs, the places, the people that we feel responsible for, or you're walking around with kind of a generalized energy of feeling responsible for everybody else. Okay, I've had that. So I am a Libra. What am I? My Venus is in Libra, and so relationships are, I'm very much a Libra in the relationship realm. That's a very simplistic way to put it. Obviously, it's much more complicated than that. But so I have a lot of Libra in my chart, a very strong Libra in my chart, and I understand. And my 10-year-old, who is very empathic and very much like me, is a Libra sun. And so I understand Libras, and I feel like a lot of you walk around with that, and it comes with the savior energy, right? Even though it's not an egotistical, superiority energy, it's more of a, oh my God, I got to save all these people. And so you become exhausted on a daily basis because that's all you can think about. And you walk through your life on eggshells, not wanting to upset anybody, not wanting to set anybody off, not wanting to trigger anybody. Well, guess what? It's your job to trigger people right now. Okay. It's your job to trigger people, to awaken, to see what you can see so that they can move forward on their paths. That's how you're going to help them. Okay. And that's not always fun. I know, but it shouldn't be fun, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't necessarily be fun to trigger people, to really crack people open for healing, but it should at least be something that you allow and accept and surrender to as part of your mission. Okay. Because it's really super important. How else, people are like, they think that, that they can wake people up, no, don't stop running script. I don't know what's happening. Stop running the script. Oh, okay. Hopefully that didn't do anything. Seriously, my computer is being weird. Anyway, the clock was still running. Okay. So anyway, you're in a place where you are kind of being slapped in the face, meaning some responsibilities of yours, or in general, all of that feeling in general is really heightened right now. Okay. When that happens, it means that is ready to go. Okay. So you are going to tackle this and heal this. All right. Only you know how you're going to do that. Okay. I can't tell you how you're going to do it, especially since I'm talking to Libras in general, right? If this was a personal reading, I could probably do a little more information, but you are going to be confronted with this kind of inflated sense of responsibility for everybody else. It comes with, I keep getting this image of King Arthur. So King Arthur felt this, and this is just me intuiting, right? It's based on all the lore. I've been very kind of obsessed with it for years. And so I've read a lot of different versions of the story. A lot of people think it's fictional. Many people do think he exists. I happen to be in that group. But he was like that. He was probably a Libra. He was like that. He just wanted everyone to be happy. And he tried to do that all by himself, make everybody happy. And, he ended up causing the destruction of the kingdom. He couldn't do it all by himself, right? So you're going to be slapped in the face with it. You probably already are. And it means that you have to let it go. How do you do that? I have cord cutting videos. If you go to my Parenting Through Ascension YouTube channel, which is linked below, I have 2 cord cutting videos. They're called cord cutting. They're really easy to find. All you do is relax and listen. Okay. And let your higher self do all the work. Okay. But you have to, it has to be something that you're ready to let go of. And so be prepared to work on it in layers, right? Just like everything, you guys, everything comes in layers. We can't just heal abandonment in one fell swoop, right? I mean, some people can, some people have, I get it. But for the most part, yeah, my body is giving me confirmation. For the most part, you will probably have to work on this for a while, okay? And a while, what does that mean? You're going to get the first layer done during this cycle, and then there will be more layers coming up, okay? I guarantee you. I can't make any promises about how fast or slow that you guys are going to heal these things, but you are going to tackle a really big chunk of it right now. Okay. Because of it coming through as a queen, you're very powerful. You're very empowered. You have everything you need to heal this. And the fact that she is, she's owning her crown. Own your crown. Take charge of your energy and release whatever is not serving you anymore in your energy. So it's almost like, so imagine yourself as the queen in your energy, right? You're this beautiful queen, but you have a dark secret. Do you know what your dark secret is? Do you have a dungeon full of shadows? Do you have a dungeon full of darkness? Do you have a dungeon full of this heavy energy, this trauma, this baggage, these belief systems, everything that is no longer serving you? You have locked in the dungeon. Now, we tend to think that we are the victims of our shadows and our darkness. We are holding on to them. We have locked them away. Okay. So it's time for you to take the key, take a big flashlight, I don't know, go down into that dungeon and let them go. Okay. Confront each one and release them from their prison. That's all they want. Okay. They're not, the intention is not for them to take over. Okay. They're not going to turn you into some dark entity, right? That's just not how it works. We build these things up in our minds over time. The longer we have things locked up in our energy, we build them up until they go from teeny tiny to these huge dark demons, right? That we demonize them. We create these giant shadows that we're terrified of, right? And when you go down in there, it's your dungeon. I don't know what you have down there. It's your freaking dungeon. Go down there and look what you have locked up down there. And open all the goddamn doors. Open them all. Okay, open them all, and one at a time, look at what you've locked down there. Chances are they're all shriveled up little, nothings that you can look at and go, oh my God, you are like, okay, I was bullied as a child and I let that pattern continue into adulthood. And you're going to see this bully and you're going to be like, what? You're nothing. Like there's nothing to be afraid of. I promise you. Okay. So let's keep going because I could talk about that all day as I'm tuning into your energy. So look at this next card coming through, the Beloved. This is the colors in this are amazing. Just this purple, it's incredible. She has this like long regal neck, definitely a regal color. So it's more royalty really coming through, more sovereignty, right? You've got this beautiful queen. And then this is just confirmation that you are in charge, okay? You are in charge of this. And the Beloved, so all our shadows want is to be welcomed back into the light. Everything wants to return home. And everything is from the light, everything. So all the darkness wants is to be loved. That doesn't sound hard, right? And I'm not saying that this is going to be super easy. Again, you've got layers, right? For most of you. Well, all of you, let's just be honest, you've got layers. It's going to take some work, okay? You have to intentionally put the work in. Now, you're not going to have a choice. You can either allow it to debilitate you and derail you and completely knock you on your ass. And sometimes we do at the beginning, right? And even if you have, maybe you're already on your ass and you're like, what the fuck do I do? Because this is really big. It's not, I promise you, stop making it a monster and go down and look at it. Go down to your dungeon and look at each thing one at a time and just ask your guides. So take 3 deep belly breaths, go into a mild meditative state and say, okay, show me what's in my dungeon. Line them up, show me one at a time. And I want to talk to them. I want to confront them. I want to see what they are. I want to see, what their motives are, right? I promise you that's always what I think too, is like, well, what are you doing here? And they always say, you are holding on to me. Like, I would love to go. Can I go now? And they just want to go back to the light. So this is just beautiful confirmation of the sovereignty of your energy, you being the boss, you being in charge. She's even like just really, really serene and calm about it all. Like she's like, yeah, I got this. This is no big deal at all. And it's, and the words then, speak to the things you've got locked up. They just want to be loved. So next is the only divine masculine card that you have. The only masculine energy that came through is a king. I consider him a king. There's also a, it's not the green woman, unfortunately. She's called something else, but she's his counterpart. I don't know what. Something's going on, you guys. I hope we get through this. I kind of want to find her because I want to show you this beautiful green man's counterpart in the deck here. So she's called the Life Bringer. And this is his counterpart. Definitely a king and a queen, right? Like definitely divine counterparts. So I kind of want to keep her out because I was definitely pulled to pull her out. And so, but we're going to talk about him. So he's coming through as this masculine energy, as you taking action on something, okay? So you're doing a lot of healing in the next 4 to 5 weeks, a lot of introspection, a lot of going inward, a lot of feminine energy going on, right? A lot of darkness and void work, okay? That's feminine because we create in the void. Literally, we are the void space that anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I won't do a lewd gesture, I promise, because it would just look ridiculous because I'm a 50-year-old mom. And so he's number 34, which is 7, which is a very strong guidance coming through you, really starting to trust your own intuition, right? And so again, this is, let's see, it says initiative, fertilization, action. That's what I'm getting big time is action. So it's you acting on something. So you're going to be clearing away a lot of this responsibility. And I think along with this illumination energy, you know, covering the whole reading, excuse me, is as you clear your dungeon, as you're clearing away your dungeon, goodness, my throat always goes crazy when I'm going down the right path. As you are clearing away your dungeon, emptying it out, confronting each one, each thing that are likely just shriveled up little things. It makes me think, if I can be really gross for a minute, it makes me think of Voldemort in the last movie when Harry's dead and he's having that vision of Dumbledore in the very white place, right? And they look under the bench and that shriveled up little icky newborn is under there, and that's Voldemort. That's what it makes me think of, okay? So everything you have locked away in the dungeon, you think is this huge, you know, Voldemort, dark wizard demon, and really it's this shriveled up little demon newborn that has no power over you, I promise. But all of this clearing and healing is going to allow you to come through, get clarity on something and act on it. And I don't know, I think it's different for all of you, but there's something that you've been holding on to, that you've been waiting on, that you've been not making a decision on, that now you're going to have the courage and the confidence to do it. Okay. A decision is going to be made. And this is all in this first row. So this is all in August still. Okay. You are going to, and you're just going to know, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I should have, you know, and I've done this too, you know, beat myself up about, oh, well, I should have, you know, I went another day without making that decision. I will tell you, my good friend, I've never met him, but Phil Good, if you don't know him on YouTube, his channel is called Phil Good, Phil Good. Yes, it is a play on words and it's adorable. And he's adorable and he's magical and wise and beautiful. And he said in a reading, I'm listening to this reading while I'm in the tub, and it's like a 45-minute, he did a live thing. And I'm telling you, I'm sure it was beautiful. I don't remember a damn thing about it except for one line where he said, if you were meant to be in a different place right now, you would be. So stop beating yourself up for not taking this action yesterday, for going, you might go to bed tomorrow night and you still haven't taken it. Don't beat yourself up for it. You're going to know. And what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to not do it. No matter how hard it is, no matter how much it hurts. Okay. I've had a few of these experiences myself, very difficult conversations that needed to be had that I never thought I'd be able to do. And I just came to a day where I knew that it was going to happen that day because I wasn't going to be able to not do it anymore. Okay. So you're going to get there. And just know that you've got, you know, this being a 7 too, you've got so much support on this decision. Okay. And, you know, I always tell people it's worse, you know, stop stressing about making the right decision. It's so much worse to stand at the fork in the road and never move than it is to make the wrong decision. Because here we are, seeing the bigger picture of what this life is all about. We cannot make a wrong decision. There are no wrong decisions. There are just decisions, right? There are no mistakes. There are just decisions, okay? It may take you the longer way around, but whatever you decide is what is the path that you need, okay? So let's go to the next. 41 breaks down to a 5. I love that. Awen, gift, divine inspiration, awakening. So you are going to break through something really big by taking this action, by doing this healing, by letting go of people, by letting go of how they respond to you and how your life is transforming, okay? You do you. Focus on you. Fuck them. That's what I always tell people. Sometimes we need to hear it, right? And so look at this beautiful, beautiful goddess. First of all, 5 is big change. You are breaking through something big, okay? And look at this beautiful white glow of her skin. I know she can kind of be mistaken for an undead, but there are undead in this deck, and I promise you she's not one of them. I should show you one because they're beautiful too. There's a vampire bride in this deck, okay? So she is definitely not that. She's more like Snow White. That's what I think of when I see her. She's definitely got that air. Awen, I don't know who that is. I'm sure I could look it up in the book, but I try not to do that. But her raven hair always speaks to me as just very grounded wisdom. I don't know why. We're just going to go with that. But this beautiful white glow of her skin is coming through as you taking off. You're going to be taking off something very heavy. I always picture, and I do this visually when I'm on my walks. I try to take several walks during the week along the river, in the woods. It's an absolutely beautiful walk. And I actually will imagine myself unzipping a very heavy fur coat and taking it off. And I just imagine that that's layers of shit that I don't need anymore that I'm shedding. And I leave them there on the trail. And I let Gaia pull that material in under the earth, under the ground. And I let her have it. Okay, so as you shed a big fur coat or 2 or 3, which I think you're going to do at least 2, your light is able to shine through brighter. Like she's almost like a light bulb. Like that's how bright her skin is. So you are going to be shining brighter than ever. And look at her bright red lips. You're going to be speaking your truth on a whole new level, Libra. Probably more than you ever thought possible, because Libras tend to not be super outgoing, right? You're not very in your face to people, right? You don't typically enjoy conflict. You don't typically enjoy getting into conversations that you think may bring out strong opinions in people that don't agree with yours, right? You don't like those situations. You're going to stop caring about that as you reach a whole new level of your existence, and you're not going to be able to shut up about what you've learned. Okay. So you're going to be spewing this knowledge that you're discovering, these aha moments that you're going through. You're going to start sharing them, and not everyone is going to be receptive to it. Okay. And you're not going to care as much. You might care a little bit, and that's going to help you release more of this responsibility, right? It's, you know what they say, other people's opinion of you is none of your business. That is so true. Let go of thinking that it is. Okay, their reaction to you is their stuff. It's through their lens, through their trauma, through their baggage, okay? And if you are triggering them, again, remember, it's time to be okay with triggering people, because that's part of your job. If you're watching this reading, first of all, only light workers watch these things. These beautiful human souls that we came here to help to evolve, they're going from 3D to 5D for the very first time as souls, okay? They're doing it for the first time. I can't imagine they're ever going to be watching these kind of things. Part of me really believes that, and I could be wrong, whatever, but part of me really believes that only light workers we watch each other doing readings, right? So if you're watching this, you are definitely a light worker. You're definitely an old soul. You've already done this. And so you came back to volunteer. There are more of us, I think, than there are of them. And that was necessary this time around, just because of how fucked up it is. And so we're fixing it, right? We're righting the wrong. So this is interesting because this is in the very center of your grid. So it's almost like this is the anchor card that everything else is emanating from. And look what it is. The Matrix. I'm just going to say it. Doesn't it kind of look like the you-know-what V? Like that picture that has been going around of the molecule of the V. Doesn't that kind of look like it? This deck is a lot older. I promise you this deck was made. I've had this deck for 6 years. Yeah, almost 6 years, I would say. So anyway, the Matrix, yeah. So what does this say for your reading, Libra? Yeah, I mean, we know that you're no longer plugged in, right, to the Matrix. Is it just about, I like the colors going on. It's very pink, which is unconditional love. And then we've got purples and blues and yellows. So that's very upper chakras. And then the solar coming through. And so it's a lot of, okay. So this is really what we want to look at this as, is really your molecular structure. Okay. Because it actually doesn't even look very techy to me. It more looks like it could be like a flower of life. This could be the new, I don't see it as a negative thing is what I'm trying to say. And of course, whatever the intent of the artist, it doesn't matter. I'm intuitively reading this message, right? Whatever's coming through. Your guides wanted me to see it this way. And what I'm seeing is because it's surrounded in all this pink, unconditional love, I feel like this is your DNA receiving the upgrade. Okay, it's not even an upgrade because they want me to say cleaning. It's cleaning. You're getting a scrubbing of your DNA. It's like barnacles on a ship. Is they're removing all the barnacles. You don't have to do anything. Everything you're already doing, your awakening, is facilitating this. So there are forces at work in your energy that are removing all the crust off of your DNA so that your DNA can be activated and evolve and move along on this process a lot quicker. Okay. So I do feel like this is, this is your anchor. Everything that you're doing in the next 4 to 5 weeks is emanating from this cleansing of your DNA. Okay. Because you are no longer plugged into the matrix. But you are part of creating a new, and it really is a new reality matrix. If you think of it, it's just a positive one because we're still in an illusion, right? This is still a video game that we're playing. We're not real. We are real to us, right? But when we, like they say, people who experience, they call them near deaths. I think it's a misnomer. I hate that they named it that. They actually die and then they come back. I've had a near death where I almost died. That makes more sense to me. I've had a couple actually where I've almost died in a hospital. But they call them near deaths anyway. But, they talk about children who've had these experiences where they've actually died and returned and they remember things. And they always say that they were, not always, but many of them have used the phrase that they went to the really real place. We think we're real here until we get to the next level. And we feel, the point is we're feeling, as we evolve and ascend, we're feeling more and more like us because we're removing all the crap. All the barnacles are being washed away. It's like pressure washing your DNA, okay? And we're going to wash it all away. And you're doing it with all this healing. So next in line is number 30, breaks down to 3, the power of 3. Infinite wisdom. It's like everything coming together, balance within your energy field, balance in your chakra system, balance in your life, right? When we balance here, we balance here. Because here is actually here anyway, because of this illusion, right? But it says, she who laughs, humor, perspective, mirth. Libra, you already know you got a sense of humor. And your sense of humor is very genuine. It's not mean-spirited in any way, right? You have a very kind of, you have a very gentle, compassionate sense of humor. Okay. So I feel like you're going to really be tapping into that and be able to, okay, I just heard helping people. So how does that, I love her like big brown wings. I love her ears. I love her outfit. She also has very white skin, but it's got tones of pink. So it's almost like we kind of think of this as an evolution. Yeah. Your light is shining even brighter. And then you're going to integrate that new light and you're going to settle into it a little more. Not that you won't be shining, right? But you won't be so glaring to people. Like we have to kind of settle into it. And you will have a period of time where it's going to feel weird, right? Every time we up level, we feel kind of jittery and off and anxious for a while because we're getting used to how that new energy feels. And so this is you just kind of settling into that. And I love that her wings are very earthy too, and her outfit, because it makes me think, and I almost feel like, they look like they're in the same wood, just in a different spot, right? So I almost think like she is really grounding her energy into Gaia, really grounding into her own physical body. You are really grounding into this new energy, and you're really going to be able to expand everything. So yeah, it's she who laughs. And I think you're going to be able to take everything, not necessarily as humor. Like, that's not exactly what I'm getting with the message coming through, even though I know that's what the words say, but it's more like, and I don't even want to say you're going to take this journey more seriously, because that just sounds like a big downer. But what I will say is you're going to be able to tackle each step now with less fear. Okay. So you'll be able to see this journey with more gratitude, with more excitement, with more anticipation, and be able to have a good time, be able to allow yourself to have fun again. I feel like you've been denying yourself with the world the way it is right now. I promise you, this is happening for a reason. This is forcing people to go inward and to look at their own pain and their fear and to heal. Okay, this had to happen. We needed this event for this to happen. And so you have kind of really gone inward during this time. Even if you've still, worked outside the home or whatever, you've really kind of folded in on yourself and become kind of an introvert, even in external situations. And so this is saying that you're going to be able to come back out of your shell a little bit and enjoy life. Okay. And still take the journey very intentionally, but know that the universe wants us to have fun. The universe wants us to enjoy our lives, not to take everything so seriously and to go through every day, thinking, oh, well, be very productive, do all the have-tos, pay all the bills, and that's what's going to make you feel good. No, this is all shifting. Remember, breaks down to a 5, big change, big shift, brand new light coming through. You're going to see things in a different way. Okay, if you have carried that belief system of school, work, die from your parents, from your grandparents, from whoever, you are now shedding that. That is part of this cleansing. Okay, so you're going to be able to enjoy your life on a daily basis a lot more. So next, we have a master number 11, Ragnarok. Look at that. What is Ragnarok? Ragnarok is basically the apocalypse. Okay, it is the end of the world as we know it. This is a good thing. I can't stress this enough. We're already seeing it happening. Everything is breaking down, and it needs to. And yeah, it would have been a little nicer if we could have done one giant system at a time, but humanity just was not having that. Okay, they needed this complete and total destruction in order to create from scratch, because what needs to happen is everything needs to go. Okay, I'm not going to mince words. Like, if people are like, oh, well, we just need to revamp the education system. We need to burn the shit down. It all needs to go. And of course, I'm speaking energetically. I'm not saying burn anything down literally, but it all needs to be burned away, because it's all old energy. It's not going to survive in the new energy anyway. And so look at this beautiful fiery. This is what's going on. And 11, very angelic, very, very strong, powerful master number. This is bringing in energy of your power. Okay. You are part of this. You are helping facilitate this breakdown, because that's your job. That's what you came here to do. Was to, yes, help facilitate. And it depends on your age group too. If you've heard about the 3 waves, look up Dolores Cannon. If you've not heard of her, she wrote a book called The 3 Waves, which is just really her. She created a modality called quantum healing hypnosis technique, QHHT, which gave birth then to BQH, which is beyond quantum healing. Both beautiful modalities. QHHT is still very much in practice today. I know several practitioners, and they're amazing. And she wrote this book, and it really is just an account of all these clients she had over years and years and years, when she started to realize that everybody was talking about the same stuff. When she tuned into people's higher selves or guides or souls or whoever she was talking to, they were all talking about these kind of waves of helpers, of way showers, of light workers. And so she really coined the phrase, the 3 waves, because she put it all together based on all these clients she saw over years and years and years. And so you read about this and you're like, okay, so if you don't know about that, look that up. It's cool. You can actually find the basic information of what each wave is online. I recommend doing at least that if you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you're in the older age group, I'm 50. If you're kind of late 40s and older, and you've feel like you've been here for fucking ever and you're exhausted and you have that. I think a lot of it are listening because this responsibility, those of you who I said you feel responsible for freaking everybody on the planet sometimes, then you are a very old soul and chances are you are in the first wave. Okay. And so the first wave are the ones who are breaking everything down and we're clearing it all away. The second wavers tend to be, age does not really matter here, but the second wavers tend to be in the 30 to 45, even 25 to 45 age group. Okay. So just above, well, right, kind of the millennials are included in that, right? But it's a more expanded. And so that second wave, you're coming in with the ideas, right? With the ideas of how you're the transition generation. You're the transition people where you're like, okay, we know how to, like my generation, we know how to clear shit away. We know how to blow shit up. We know how to demolish shit and we're doing it. You're going to come in with, well, I think I know how to get us through this transition period because I have new ideas on how to operate, on how to make the world work for everybody. Okay. And then we've got this third wave, which is the younger generation, which they say is like, the kids born since 2000. And I would say 2000 to 2019 ish. Oh, as I kick my light. Here we go. 2000 to 2019 ish. This third wave, they're coming in with the schematics for the new world already in here. And they're going to be the builders. Okay. Anyway, that's a quick explanation of that. So depending on your age group or depending on what resonates with you, forget about your age. It's just, that's kind of a general categorical thing. It's an easy way to categorize everything. But, I think for a lot of you, you have that responsibility for the world feeling. Chances are you're in the first wave, no matter what your age, you came here to burn the shit down and to clear it away. Okay. And everything. And just know that this is kind of a collective message too, not necessarily for Libras only, but for whatever reason you guys need to hear this, is this all needs to go. It needs to be destroyed before we can create the new. We need to have a blank slate. That's just the way it is. That doesn't mean we're going into Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. It doesn't mean we're going into a post-apocalyptic reality. I will tell you, I firmly believe that we've got people in government, in high positions that we don't even know about, that are more spiritual leaders already and that have been planning for this for decades. I personally believe this, and I think they have been guided and aided by benevolent beings, literally alien beings in spaceships in orbit around our planet right now. They came in, they started coming in, they were actually seen. They've been seen by many people. They started coming in en masse in the 80s, okay, when the Cold War was kind of at its height. And they came in to stop that nuclear war from happening, and they stayed. Because they knew if they didn't stay, we were going to fucking blow ourselves up. They just knew. And so these people, these humans that are in these top positions then have been guided by them for decades, for 30, 40 years, to have this backup plan. And it might be a transitionary plan, probably, but it's going to be something that they're going to be able to click right in place when all these old systems die so that we don't fall into this post-apocalyptic reality, okay? I feel like you needed to hear that. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to keep going. The next card is the resurrection. Guys, you have another big shift coming, okay? So this is a huge healing, which can bring about shift, but it's also action, right? You're going to feel like kind of a different person even by this point. But then you have this big shift of bringing more light in and you're really glowing. And you're going to feel amazing. But again, sometimes we have periods of integration where we feel a little weird and we feel a little off. And then you'll have these surges of, ooh, well, I just really want to get out of my comfort zone and do this or do that. And so just know that everything is emanating from this cleansing of your DNA right now. All the barnacles are being washed off. And that's how you're going to settle right into this new energy and just really be grounded and really be able to tune into your own gifts and abilities, tune into who you really are, because you're going to have shed all of this stuff, right? All this responsibility for other people. And you're still going to have this beautiful masculine energy of action, right? You're going to have that throughout the whole place, okay? Throughout this whole time period, the next 4 or 5 weeks. And then I think this is just coming through as don't be afraid. Don't fall into fear. Remember, everything has to go. This is how the universe works. God, when the flood came, if you want to get biblical, there are some stories that I really hold on to from the Bible that make sense to me, that resonate with me. I have a lot of issues with the Bible, but there are some things that come through to me. And if you think of it this way, when he brought, it has been things like the Ice Age. When the Ice Age began, it was no kidding, almost overnight, the whole fucking planet froze because of the conditions. That was a cataclysmic event meant to cleanse the planet, okay? Only those meant to stay and evolve survived. Then there was the flood that came through and killed 95% of the population, right? Only those who were meant to stay and evolve survived, okay? But remember, the rainbow came through after the flood and was a message from God saying he would never do that to us again. And he won't, right? So remember that promise. Remember that we're done with these worldwide global cataclysmic events, right? Although, yes, we're seeing that, right? But in a different way. We're seeing it in an information way, in a secrets and lies and illusion way. We're not going to need, fire. Fire would be the next, so I do think that this card is coming through saying, well, it's time for the fire cleansing, right? But it's more of a burning things down, metaphorically, burning down all the illusion, burning down all the facades so that we can see the truth. That's what's going on. We don't need, we were promised. The universe, source, whatever you want to call it, the cosmos, God, it's all the same energy. I promise you, it's all what we're made of, what everything is made of. We are God. Okay. And we made a promise to ourselves that we weren't going to do another global cataclysmic physical event. And we're going to keep that promise. Okay. So this is just coming through saying, don't forget, everything's going to be fine. It's okay. Everything's falling away, but it's going to be fine because there are people who have been preparing for this for a long time, way above our pay grade. Then you have this next huge shift coming through. And look at this fiery, very fiery, red, orange, yellow, green. It even does go into blue at the very top. So you've got almost all the chakra systems. It's a very balanced energy, but this light coming through is a huge solar healing. So what's being burned away, it makes sense too, because a lot of is being burned away. This looks like the sun, right? And so you're having this huge solar healing. This goes along with the kind of nervousness, anxiety, fear of watching everything that you've ever known kind of be destroyed, right? Fall away, go away, disappear, or, in a very rough way, be dismantled. And so this fear might be coming through. Fear, anxiety lives in the solar. Yes, we store it in different places, but it primarily lives when this message comes through. I know it's talking about the ego. It's going to be an ego death, not your whole ego, just the parts that you don't need anymore, the parts that are telling you to be scared, to be afraid, to hide, to make sure you're in fear all the time. Okay, that part is going. So this is a huge solar healing coming through and just a rebirth. Look at that, the resurrection. Another huge shift. So you've got two big shifts coming through in just the next 5 weeks, okay? And this is, because this is the second to the last card, this is going to be well into September. So you do have some time between. I don't want you to think it's going to be one day after. You will have some integration time. And remember, you get this beautiful period of time where you're like, whoo, I feel really grounded in my own energy. And it's going to really allow you to bring through more of your divine masculine action with confidence and courage. You're going to act on things. You're going to make more life-changing decisions. You're going to change your life for the better forever. You're going to change the direction of your life for the better forever, and probably more than once during this period. So this is the last one. It's a very sweet, soft, gentle, feminine card. I absolutely love it. 26. It breaks down to 8, which is infinity, it's divine union. It is union within. It is union with the cosmos. All of it is really just divine union in general. It can be divine union with another person, but you have to have that divine union here first, okay? That's why there's only one person here, right? This is your divine feminine being really cultivated. The pink, even in her dress, that always comes through to me as heart energy, unconditional love coming through, okay? And even the rest of it, it's all pink and green. It's definitely heart chakra healing, expansion. You've got this solar healing going on, which is going to allow you to raise more of your consciousness from these fear chakras, these survival, up into your heart. where you're going to be able to live from your heart more, expand it more, allowing your soul to expand more. I mean, you've just got a lot going on. I'm trying to look and make sure. And they did something interesting with this one, and they did it with a few, I guess, but it almost looks like a photograph behind her. And then she's, a work of art. She's a painting, but it almost looks like a literal photograph of the foliage behind her. It's interesting. They did a little bit different on all of these. Some of these are really cartoonish, and some of them look downright real, like that could be a real person. So anyway, yeah, this is just a real returning to your heart chakra, returning to your, or really tapping into your compassion, unconditional love after this solar healing. After you've healed this big layer of fear of what's going on in the world, you're going to be able to show up for other people with this unconditional love. Okay, you're going to be able to start helping people by sharing this unconditional love and compassion with them and helping them heal their fear. Okay, you're really going to be turning around and just kind of spreading this kind of calm confidence everywhere, because you're going to just be in a place where you're like, okay, I get this. This is happening for a reason. I feel really grateful for what's going on. And, for a lot of us, we're not directly involved in the bigger stuff going on in the physical, but energetically we are. And so being in our heart space, being in unconditional love and compassion for our fellow human being, no matter who they are, no matter what they have believed, no matter what you perceive they have done to you, they deserve unconditional love and compassion. And they're going to need it more and more as they awaken to the truth. And, for those of you who are waiting, I have friends who they're light workers, right? I'm not saying they're not, but they have, we're all healing this. But, the people who say, well, I can't wait to say I told you so when so-and-so finally wakes up. I am telling you right now, as long as we hold on to that energy of wanting to go, ha ha, I told you so, I was right, they're not going to wake up. That energy is part of what's holding us back from getting through all this, right? That energy, if we hold on to that energy much longer, we are going to choose a timeline that's going to take us to another event that we need to work through before we can, be done with this old energy, okay? That's what I have seen looking at the collective, okay? We've got this beautiful path that we're on right now that's right in front of us, that's really bright and sunny, and it's beautiful, and there are no more large events. There are no more lies, okay? All these things that have been happening are just distractions, lies, brought about, yes, to force us to heal, but also to force us to see what's really going on so that we can heal all this. It's shining a light on the darkness, right? And so I personally would rather not have another big event. I don't know exactly what it might be. There's talk of a fake alien invasion. It could be that. And that's going to make everybody go, what? And then everybody will wake up, and it could be very quick. It might not take very long. I'd rather not go down that road. The longer we hold on to the energy of, I cannot wait to rub this in their faces when they wake up, the more likely we are to choose that other path where we need another event. We have to heal too, you guys. We have to let go of this arrogance of needing to be right. Of, I can't wait to say I told you so. Please heal that if you feel that in your energy. Please focus on and intentionally release that from your energy, because that is holding us back. Okay? I just needed to say that. So what I want to say now is we're going to pull one more final message, and then I'm going to pull a message from the cosmos for another deck. So I'm going to pull a final card from the Magdalene deck. Give us a final wrap-up message for Libra, please, in their highest good for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Give us a nice wrap-up message. And we got Ascension. You guys, this is happening. There's no turning back now. There never was. We were going to do this the way we've done it, no matter what. Okay? Doesn't mean we don't have free will. It just means that everything that's already happened for a reason. Okay? We're getting there. We are heading in the right direction. This could not be more of a positive final ending wrap-up message for you, Libra. I mean, if you are still doubting, and you're going to be working through this fear, and I believe in you. I have faith in you. You're going to do this. You're going to be working through this fear as you watch the whole world that you've known burn to the ground. Metaphorically, energetically, right? Everything has to be reset. Just remember, you're on the path. And this is what it needed to look like. Okay. So let's pull one final. I know this has gotten long. This is a friend of mine made this deck. It's called the Illuminate deck. It's beautiful. It's simple messages. And it's like recycled cardboard, which is an amazing, beautiful, soft, natural feel when you're shuffling. It's gorgeous. There's a link to purchase below. She makes other decks as well. So I'm just going to pull a message from the cosmos for you from this beautiful deck. Let's see what the cosmos has to say for Libra for the next 4 to 5 weeks, please, in their highest good. Always, 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 always. I see beauty in the world. So I love, this goes along very well with this. You're going to see everything breaking down. It's going to look horrendous. It's going to look chaotic. Look for the beauty. Keep going out into nature. Keep doing whatever you can do to find the beauty during this process, okay? Within and without, okay? And that will get you here, okay? To this beautiful, divine feminine, this soft kind of loving energy where you're going to be able to envelop people in that and you know, and diminish their fears and help them heal their fears, because they're going to they're going to look at you and go, how are you so calm? How are you still thriving during this time? And you won't even have to teach anything. You're just going to be able to show them what you're doing. You know, share what you do. Share what you've done. Share your story with them. And share your unconditional love and compassion with them. Okay, so I see beauty in the world. Seek it out if you need to, okay? Go to the corners of your town if you have to, because we're not done with the chaos. Obviously, this is coming into the last week and a half of September is where this pops up, okay? So we're not done with the chaos. In fact, it is going to look like it's getting worse for a little bit. Just hang on, Libra, okay? Because we are in this for the long haul. We did not sign up for the short game. Okay, you're not going anywhere. Okay, you're still here for a reason. Hang out with us. We're all going to hold hands and we're just going to take that leap of faith because we know that we have wings to fly. We're not going to fall. We're not going to hit the rocks at the bottom. We're going to soar through this. Okay, there is no reason for us to struggle and suffer anymore. We have we have too much awareness. We've all got our awakening stories. Let's move past those and live in the moment and just trust that what's coming is fucking beautiful. I mean, this is you. This is you. What I see is this is you kind of opening. You know, we're all kind of gatekeepers, right? Like we're all standing, you know, we're all way ahead and we're waiting for humanity to come. And when they get there and when they're ready, we're going to open these beautiful gates. And this is you getting to your gate. And you're going to be opening that gate for them to go through as they're ready, because they're just going to want what you have, not possess, but energetically, they're going to want what you have. So I hope this helps. Again, remember, illumination, just the illusion is falling away, you guys, and you're going to be seeing it very clearly. But remember, you've got very strong masculine confidence, courage, action going on. You've got this beautiful sovereign energy, even though I know she's coming through as, you know, the responsibility and the burden too, but she's also coming through as this is you. You're the fucking king and queen of your own energy. You are the boss, okay? And remember, go check out your dungeon and let all those prisoners go. You're keeping them for no reason. They committed no crimes. They're part of you. Welcome them back into your energy. Welcome them back into the love and light. Okay? Embrace them as part of you. And that is the only way to heal the darkness within us. Okay? And that will heal the darkness without. But we're not done, right? We're not done burning shit down. So hang in there. You're going to be fine. I love you. Thank you for joining me. I will please watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Please like, subscribe, share if you feel like anyone you know would benefit from these messages. I am still just kind of doing monthly right now, but I do plan on doing more in between. I'm probably going to do September's here in like 2 weeks. I'll be starting September's, if not sooner. But that will carry us, pretty much from the right before the equinox and into October. So it may just be a reading that covers like 2-3 weeks. I don't know yet. I haven't actually tuned in too much to September yet. I'm not seeing past the 15th right now. All I know is the collective is taking huge shifts just like you are. So hang on. It's going to be a wild ride, and I will see you next month. Thank you so much for being here.